Welcome to School Focus. I'm your host, Melissa Payne. 6th grade students at Bowen Middle School received some valuable lessons in writing from a local author. We'll have that story in a moment. But first, with prom season in full swing and graduation parties coming soon, teen drivers are more likely to be on the road. For parents, this is a good time to talk with your child about safe driving. Here are a few tips. Demand that no alcohol be allowed at these special celebrations. Make sure your teen's vehicle is in good working condition. Limit the number of passengers that your teen driver is allowed to transport. Insist that your teen driver wear his or her seatbelt and that their passengers do the same. Don't allow your teen to drive after midnight. Arriving to big events in a limo is fun, but all parents allowing their child to ride in a limo should sign a contract, insisting that if alcohol is detected, the limo driver will notify parents. Also, insist that the limo driver only transport the registered passengers. Make sure your child provides phone numbers where he or she can be reached. Visit the Partners for Safe Teen Driving website for more information. Bowen Middle School librarian Kristi Beall noticed a trend in the books that her students were checking out. Author Fred Bowen's books were in high demand, so when the 6th graders requested to have an author visit their school, it was a no-brainer to invite Mr. Bowen. Mr. Bowen's presentation is unique in that it's more than just encouraging students to read. He presents to both boys and girls, but after hearing the challenges that middle school teachers have with getting their boy students to read and write more, he angled his presentation more towards them.
What I really hope to do is to sort of demystify writing. In other words, the reason I start off the presentation with that I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a coach, I'm a lawyer, and then I get into my writing is that I'm a regular guy. I happen to like to write, and I happen to like to read. And for a lot of boys, that's really empowering.
Mr. Bowen was a lawyer before turning his love for storytelling into a writing career, proving to students that you can have more than just one career. All 20 children's literature books that he has penned involve sports. He hopes his books attract reluctant readers who like sports but do not like reading. He believes that if kids are offered books on subjects that interest them, they are more likely to read them. And Miss Beall is seeing just that. She explains one of Mr. Bowen's books.
Quarterback season, it's really about an athlete who is becoming a better writer, and with the emphasis put on writing in the middle school and high school, it really takes our kids through the writing process and it gives them a different perspective. Sports is what brings them into the books, but that's not what they walk away with.
Mr. Bowen stresses to students that one of the most important things in writing is to pre-write, to get your ideas down on paper, then organize them.
I show them my notebook. And this is a notebook for one of my books, Winners Take All. And I'll flip through the pages, and at some point the kids will say, "That's a mess." And I say, "Yeah, but it's something else too. It's just a list." In fact, you can see just the little dots along the way and how I go over it so that when I sit down to write a first draft, I have a roadmap.
Mr. Bowen lives locally, making his home in Silver Spring, Maryland. In addition to being an author, he writes for the Kids Post, a section of the Washington Post specifically geared towards kids. He has written more than 700 columns for the Kids Post. He explained to students that all of these columns, like his books, started with a list. Mr. Bowen hopes that his presentation inspires students to write more. For those seeking a career in writing, he suggests that in order to become a good writer, they must first read more. That's it for this edition of School Focus. Join us next time as we bring you more news and highlights from around the school division.